Hello, welcome back to our podcast. Just did a video a couple of hours ago saying we will show more content on here. Didn't expect it to be this quick as I made this video. As I made the last video. But we have some breaking news from Cricket Australia and regarding Steve Smith, is that Steve Smith has retired from ODIs effective immediately. He will not play ODIs again for Australia. He just announced that just an hour ago. So 1200s, average of 40, over 5,000 ODI runs, two-time World Cup winner. Pretty much won it all as a white ball player. So he has announced that he will retire from that format starting today. Shocked from it, considering that he wants to still play in the Olympics, which is 2028. That's after the England Ashes in 2027. So I think that's a little bit optimistic. But no, he leaves white ball cricket. I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Means that he can probably extend his Test cricket. Means he can play Test cricket for probably 2-3 more years. We know he wants to get back to the England Ashes. We got the Australian Ashes in November. But the England Ashes are in 2027. So I think he wants to go back to that. I think numerous Australian players want to go back to that. Nathan Lyon, Stark, Hazelwood, they come and say want to go to that Ashes. Hello, you. Thank you. Hello. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. But yeah, I do not think it's a bad thing. So he can extend his Test cricket. He's one of the greatest players of all time in Test cricket. I said one, not the one of the greatest players. So I think this is probably a good thing. Maybe Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, maybe we'll do the same thing after this Champions Trophy. Maybe they'll call it quits and focus on one format. But yeah, Steve Smith has retired. As I said, over 5,000 runs, an average of over 40, 12 centuries. So that's good stats for a player that's not his best format. Test match, as we know, Test match cricket is his best format. So that's a very good average. 12 centuries, very good. Two-time World Cup winner in 50 overs. We're talking about 50 over. Scored an important 100 in a semi of a World Cup. So will go down as a clutch player, a player that stepped up to the big games. He scored a half century yesterday in the semi-final against India in the Champions Trophy. He's a clutch, big-time player that is always up for the big game. As far as that goes, that will be missed because he always turns up for big games. But as a match-to-match situation, I don't think Steve Smith will be missed in white ball cricket. I think they can replace him with a lot of players. And that's not to disrespect Steve Smith. Steve Smith's number one format is Test cricket. And he can't be replaced in Test cricket. If he decided to retire tomorrow in Test cricket, you just can't replace him. In white ball, there's other options. I'm not going to discuss those options. I'm just here to talk about his retirement. But his legacy in white ball cricket, probably nowhere near as Virat Kohli, but 12 centuries, an average of 40, and 2 World Cups. That is extremely, extremely impressive on your CV. So that's a big thing to do in white ball cricket. Now, as I mentioned, he does want to play in the Olympics in 2028. I just don't see that happening. I just don't see the point in that. My guess is that he'll probably retire from cricket in general after 2027. That is when Australia go to England to play the Ashes. I think that's a more realistic thing. 2020, that's years. That's 4 years away. So you'd be 38, 39. Just don't see it. But if he continues to play IPL, if he continues to play Big Bash, which he will do now because he's now retired from white ball cricket, that might give him more opportunity to play domestically in Australia, to play more Big Bash, to play more One Day Cup with New South Wales, to play Asia Friendship with New South Wales. So that might give him options. So it might enhance his Test career, which it will do. You know, if he kept on playing white ball cricket, you know, I don't think he would have made it to England in 2027. So I think he had to give up one format to play that long in Test cricket, which he's made clear it's the #1 format. So why not? Why not just focus on as a white ball player and just focus on red ball? Inferno has said Princess Piggy Smith, which is his nickname. Smudge is his nickname, but people do call him Piggy. He's so finished as a white ball cricketer. Well, he's announced his retirement, Inferno, hasn't he? So that's the end of him. So that's the end of Smudge Steve Smith, or Piggy as they like to call him in India. But anyway, yeah, he's just retired. So thought I'd pop on here and do a little review and his stats. As I said, we've got content coming up. Didn't expect to do it this soon though. Literally 2 hours after last video. But anyway, that's his retirement done and dusted. I like to thank Steve Smith for contributing in white ball cricket. He did win 2 World Cups, a 50-50 World Cup also in his own country. I'm not going to disrespect that. You know, that's an extremely important accolade of his to win a World Cup, 50-over World Cup in your own country. So to Steve Smith, thank you for your service in white ball cricket. I really do appreciate it, and hope you can enjoy your Test career even longer. So thank you so much for that, and goodbye.